All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about music and faith, and I don't know, it's just stuff that I'm interested in. So if you're not interested in this, I get it. But doing what I do in real time for a few real people out here, just like you and just like me. So this website that I went to for all the Michael Tate gossip, you know, Michael Tate, if you haven't heard, kind of fell from grace and did some bad things, very bad things. I'm not minimalizing the bad things, but this website called Protestia, which had all the documentation about the Tate thing, and seems to take a lot of, I don't know, I don't want to say joy from, but I would say these people are just out to tear certain things down. All right. And I've got this article here, and I guess I'll do a quick little screen share about it. And these people are part of the whole Calvin wing of Christianity. If you explore Calvinism, it's not biblical. It's not entirely biblical. There are some parts of it that are biblical, and I'm not going to get into a deep theological discussion here, but this is the article that they posted. SBC Megachurch plays ZZ Top for Father's Day service. Okay. So, Father's Day might be a day where you could get some people to come to church who don't ordinarily come to church. Church by the Glades in Coral Springs, Florida, led by David Hughes, is the embodiment of instituting worldly entertainment in the hope of catching the attention of wayward goatlings and luring them in. Okay. Known for their extravagant attempts to keep their members entertained, in the past few years, they've played a cover of Run DMC's sleazy and sexual song, Walk This Way, originally done, by the way, of course, by Aerosmith. Just want to correct them a little bit here. Run DMC and Aerosmith, if you want to be technical, but hey, they're obviously not music experts. Kendrick Lamar's N95. Now, I'm not a fan of Kendrick Lamar. I got criticized after the Super Bowl because I didn't know much about Kendrick Lamar, and this is true. But then they go on to say, only cleaned up and sanitized for church services, removing the curse words and racial epithets. All right, well, at least they didn't play it straight up, right? They did this for a sermon illustration. You don't want to do that. Put on a Willy Wonka Christmas worship service. What's wrong with that? That seems kind of cool. Put on crazy Baby Shark mashup during service, replete with smoke and cannons. I mean, okay. Adam's Family. They did an Adam's Family themed service. All right, what an evil church, right? During the Father's Day service on Sunday, along with having dads from the crowd participate in a man weekend challenge, which saw them inflate a balloon, do a Lego firewalk, install a tire, and down a big gulp to win prizes, the band played ZZ Top's Sharp Dressed Man to pump up the congregants. All right. See, I come from the world of rock, kind of. I mean, I was a former classic rock top 40 Christian radio station DJ. So none of this stuff bothers me, but it bothers these people. Now, I went to look up Church of the Glades. This is their website, right? And their message is why I can trust my Bible. They don't mention that they're talking about the Bible. If you look at their website, the church looks multicultural, multiracial. I don't know. I've been in a few Calvinist churches, and they tend to have one type of people at these churches. First of all, they're people that think they've got it all figured out for the most part, that their theology is airtight, The pictures on here seem to celebrate different ages and different ethnicities, different backgrounds. And then this is what they say here. Church by the Glades. We are all about two things, Jesus and his word. CBG is a hyper creative and a fully charged church where no perfect people are allowed. Oh, see, that's their problem, is that no perfect people are allowed. See, when you go back to these guys, they're looking for perfect. Not only are they looking for perfect, but they're looking for boring. All right? They're looking for perfectly boring is what they're looking for. And this is a battle within the church, by the way. You can play it straight and you can do things that aren't creative in the church. And is it inappropriate to play ZZ Top's Sharp Dressed Man? Nobody is sitting there worshiping God to that, I wouldn't think, but I'm assuming they played other music that I didn't catch the whole service or whatnot, but they had, they had all the effects and so forth. And there are people who like to be entertained. And, if you mix entertainment with the Bible, is it wrong? Is it completely wrong to do that? I don't know. I mean, we're living in a culture, by the way, which is being pulled into different things, and this might pull some people out of those things. I don't know. I mean, there are different churches for different people. If you don't like this SBC megachurch, you don't have to attend it. You can find a boring church with a boring preacher, all right? You can find all that stuff and hang out there. It's not like there aren't choices out there. See, folks, I think there are bigger problems, bigger fish to fry in the world, bigger topics to cover than, oh no, they were doing this entertainment stuff and it's just wrong for the church to do this. Well, look, this might not be your church of choice. This might not be what you want to see at your church. But I don't know if you devote a lot of time criticizing it. I mean, I read their mission statement. We are about two things, Jesus and his word. I like how they just simplify it. Two things, Jesus and his word. Hyper creative and fully charged. All right? No perfect people are allowed. I like that. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I would attend this church, but I'm just saying, this idea that we have to clean ourselves up perfectly before we can attend a church service, and God forbid they integrate some stuff that people from the outside, people who are not immersed in Bible speak, would understand and maybe enjoy. And then all of a sudden you hit them with a message about Christ. Again, the first message here that I spotted, I guess it was a recent one. It says, latest message, why I can trust my Bible. All right. Well, I think that's a good message to bring. And I don't know. I think I would like this church. I don't know if I would attend it, but I could see myself visiting. And I'd be entertained. Oh, no. But I'd also be enlightened in addition to being entertained. And if I'm hearing God's word, and it's presented in a way which, gets me involved, gets me off the couch and into the game. And then who knows? Maybe this is a gateway, right? You get into church through a church like this one, Church by the Glades. You can check out their website, by the way, churchbytheglades.com. And then you can become, a little more studious. And then maybe this is just like the milk that you get. And then maybe you want some meatier stuff. I don't know. I'll have to sit and listen to a sermon and let you know. I don't have a lot of time to listen to sermons all day, but, I might be wanting to do that just to see if this church is all gimmick and, no gospel. But my guess is it's both. So you can't have both today. You got to have boring. So, yeah. Anyway, folks, the gatekeepers, they're out here. They're doing what they can to dissuade people from checking out certain things that they wouldn't ordinarily check out. Not everybody has read the entire Bible from cover, back to front 20 times. And a lot of people come to these churches broken and needing something. And this church might be there to do that. So, in any event, that's my exciting video about how an SBC megachurch played ZZ Top and, of course, is going to get into trouble for doing that. No ZZ Top at church. All right, just don't do it.